got Boots Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test.
The boxing world has been hit with another major development as Jaron Boots Ennis, one of the sport's most promising young talents, has officially called out Terence "Bud" Crawford. Many believe Ennis has the potential to become the future face of boxing, but now he wants to test himself against a fighter widely regarded as one of the greatest of his generation.
That's the fight that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as, like, when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said, they called, and we said, you never heard nothing else back about it. So,
right.
I mean, I respect it, though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like...
And this time, Bud delivered a much stronger response. He finally addressed the situation directly, and what he said next completely shifted the tone of the interview. This is no longer just another fighter calling out a big name. It could become the matchup that defines the next generation of boxing. With a 26-year-old challenger now stepping up to a 38-year-old champion, one major question remains. Does Crawford still have the hunger and motivation to defend his position at the very top?
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
During a recent interview on Showtime Sports Live, Jaron Boots Ennis looked directly into the camera and made his intentions clear. He said he wants Bud and believes all the talking needs to stop so they can make the fight happen. This wasn't the first time Boots had called out Crawford, but this time it felt different. He made the challenge after Crawford had already made history by defeating Canelo Alvarez and becoming the first fighter to become undisputed champion in 3 weight divisions. The timing was significant because the boxing world was still celebrating Crawford's huge victory, and Boots used the moment to step forward and put himself directly in the spotlight.
I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it, so so be it.
He isn't simply asking for a fight with the champion. He's challenging the legacy of Terence Crawford. Boots enters this moment with an impressive 34-0 record, including 30 wins by knockout, while dominating nearly every opponent placed in front of him. However, one major criticism has followed his career. He has yet to face someone on the level of Terence Crawford, and he understands that himself. That's exactly why this call-out felt so serious. It wasn't about trading insults or creating headlines. It was a direct challenge to the man sitting at the very top.
I beat this guy. It's an excuse. I beat this guy. He's too young or whatever. So I'm never really going to give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. We really didn't realize it until now, when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, and the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, so I just think, when you that much better than the competition, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.
Crawford was in Omaha taking part in his victory celebration when the Boots clip quickly spread across the internet. Fans flooded social media with messages demanding Bud versus Boots in 2027, with some describing it as a battle between the old lion and the new lion. But when reporters finally asked Crawford for his thoughts, he simply smiled and took his time before answering. Instead of giving an immediate response, Crawford's next words completely changed the direction of the interview.
You consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
Crawford didn't avoid the question, nor did he try to downplay the situation. He looked directly into the camera and made his position clear, saying that he hears everyone mentioning his name now that he's made history, but he wants to know where those same people were when he was searching for the biggest fights. Boots can keep asking for the matchup, Crawford suggested, but reaching the top isn't as simple as calling for a fight. You have to earn your way there.
Now you got Boots Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, we just going to keep saying, oh, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's going to test him.
Is that a fight that you would be interested in?
Nah, it just don't make sense right now in my career. Like I said, especially money-wise, don't nobody really know Boots, but
right.
I'm looking for bigger and better challenges like Canelo.
You're just looking for the big ones.
Yeah.
The big fish.
Yeah.
Fish fry.
Definitely. Them the guys I'm looking for,
He was not trying to take anything away from Boots. His point was simply that earning a shot at the title is a completely different thing from just demanding one. Boots has youth, power, and speed on his side, but Bud brings years of experience and elite fight IQ that can completely alter the direction of a career. Even Crawford's longtime coach, Brian Bomac McIntyre, does not appear concerned about the potential matchup. He told Fight Hype TV that Terence still has plenty of fights left in him, and at this stage, the most important thing is making sure he chooses the right challenge.
As trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
You know what? They made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
Crawford versus Boots would be far more than just another fight because it could be the matchup boxing fans are demanding right now. The styles alone make this an intriguing clash. Crawford relies on precision and control, switching stances while patiently setting up every shot. He uses timing, patience, and elite ring awareness to gradually break opponents down as the rounds go by. There is rarely chaos when Crawford is in the ring because he dictates the action. Boots brings the opposite kind of pressure, combining quick movement, relentless aggression, and heavy combinations from either stance. He can cut off the ring, increase the tempo, and constantly force his opponent to respond. That could turn a highly technical matchup into a brutal exchange. It would be Crawford's calculated precision against Boots' non-stop aggression.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. Obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much...
That is precisely what makes this potential matchup so compelling, as it would pit two fighters with completely different styles, strategies, and approaches against each other.
Who you like watching now?
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, yeah. I love watching Boots. Boots got game. People don't understand Boots got game. You know what I'm saying? Boots, every now and then he messes on defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is a different kind of animal. You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud in the future, it would probably be a Boots, because Boots got enough tools to beat anybody.
For years, fans have criticized boxing for failing to make the biggest fights happen while elite fighters were still in their prime. but Crawford has played a major role in changing that narrative. He stopped Errol Spence Jr. when both men were still competing at the highest level, then moved up in weight and defeated Canelo Alvarez in Canelo's own division. That goes beyond simply adding impressive wins to his record. It has helped establish a new standard for what the best fighters should be willing to risk.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. You know, they both switch hitters, lifts, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people, pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also, with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So I feel like he got everything, with all the experience, all the knowledge. So I got to go with Crawford.
At this point, fans are no longer interested in seeing Crawford take on just any opponent. They expect another major challenge, and every fight from here needs to carry real significance. That is why Boots could be the perfect test. Crawford is 38 years old and may have only 2 or 3 major fights left in his career. Before he finally walks away, fans want to see him face one more serious challenge, with no easy opponents or routine tune-ups, only the toughest names available. That is how Bud built his legacy. By taking risks, chasing greatness, and stepping into challenges that others were willing to avoid.
saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul, Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. Everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course he is.
And perhaps that is the most remarkable part. In today's boxing landscape, where flashy headlines often matter more than actual competition, Terence Crawford continues to stand apart as one of the fighters who still puts genuine competition and elite challenges ahead of everything else.
Hey, Drake, Bud always been like that. Without a question, south. You know what I'm saying?
You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight 160.
I wouldn't be nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. He looked at excellent.
Is there anybody the most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160. Possibly Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I've said, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
What would?
Everywhere you turn, boxing appears increasingly dominated by entertainment, hype, and massive spectacles. Jake Paul is now scheduled to face Gervonta Davis in an exhibition bout, adding another major attraction to the sport's growing crossover scene.